In a key ruling against gang-related violence in Auckland, the High Court of Auckland has convicted Killer Beez member Haupapa Snowy Paul, also known as Glass Mask, on 2 serious charges stemming from a gang shooting in 2022. Justice Lang found Paul guilty of unlawfully entering a stolen vehicle and discharging a firearm with reckless disregard for safety, after a judge-alone trial. The charges related to a late-night shooting on May 24, 2022, at a home on Rathgar Road in Henderson. The attack targeted tribesman patched member Michael Erickson, known as Sweet, who was connected to the woman and young children living at the address. Just before 11:30 p.m., a stolen Subaru pulled into the driveway. A figure in black appeared at the gate, and moments later, shotgun blasts shattered the quiet night. One blast narrowly missed the woman's head, embedding pellets in the bedroom wall. Police later recovered 4 shotgun shells and noted significant damage to the property, including a destroyed security camera. This shooting was part of a wider outbreak of violence between the Killer Beez and the tribesman motorcycle gang, which led to 27 shootings and 11 arsons across Auckland in just over a month. Paul had already pleaded guilty to participating in a similar shooting earlier that same evening in Flatbush, alongside co-offenders Joshua Baker and Desmond Hiko. Both men also admitted their role in the Rathgar Road shooting, but Paul denied being present at that second scene. The Crown built its case on circumstantial but powerful evidence. In recorded prison calls played in court, Paul was heard talking about the shooting and giving instructions to others. Combined with Paul's allegiance to the Killer Beez and his role in the earlier shooting, Justice Lang concluded it was highly unlikely Paul would not have taken part in the Henderson attack. Paul's defense argued that no forensic evidence tied him to the scene or the firearm and suggested others could have replaced him for the second shooting. However, the judge rejected that argument, citing Paul's own admission of using a stolen car earlier that night and his established role in the gang's violent retaliation campaign. Paul was sentenced to 6 years and 2 months in prison after being found guilty of conspiring to commit murder. The judge acknowledged Paul's difficult upbringing, exposure to gang culture, and apparent remorse, but said his future hinged on leaving the Killer Beez swarm. Paul showed some signs of rehabilitation, including program participation and apologies, and was given 5% discount. The judge declined to impose a minimum term of imprisonment despite Paul's gang seniority, noting that he was not the top decision maker but someone who was taking orders himself. Paul had been described in court proceedings for some of his co-defendants as a leader or architect of the shootings. It's clear he was a senior member who felt comfortable giving orders. But the way in which the murder conspiracy was quickly snuffed out by fellow Killer Beez members suggests there were others above him calling the shots, the judge noted. This verdict reflects the ongoing efforts by law enforcement and the justice system to curb organized crime and ensure public safety in communities affected by gang-related activity.